What's up, YouTube? This is your boy Nick here, and today I am going to reveal the results from last night's WWE BattleGround pay-per-view event. And before we get started, I would like to we would like to send out a special thanks to SKILLET for the official BattleGround theme song called Feel Invincible. It is off the album Unleash, with their newest album, available now on iTunes and Spotify. Alright guys, we're going to kick things off with the kickoff show as the Usos. Now this match was added on Twitter this past weekend. The Usos went up against Breezango. Now this match was pretty much back and forth. You know, the match could have went either way. In the end, one of the Usos was going to hit the Superfly Splash until Tyler Breeze got the knees up and got the roll-up pin and got the 1-2-3. So therefore, Breezango won the match. From there, we move on to the first of two women's division matches that we had on the card last night. The first one was a tag team match as the women's champion Charlotte teamed up with Dana Brooke to take on Sasha Banks and a partner of her choice. I was watching the I can't even speak. Anyway, last night I was watching the kickoff show, and Corey Graves mentioned that he believes that Nia Jax, one of the newest Monday Night Raw recruits from NXT, should be her tag team partner only because she dominated the women's division in NXT. I remember Booker T saying that a Hall of Famer, I think Lita, that he mentioned, but apparently no. It ended up being Bayley. Yes, Bayley was Sasha Banks' partner, and the roof was blown off the arena. So the match was wild, but in the end, Sasha Banks and Bayley defeated Charlotte and Dana Brooke when Sasha Banks made Charlotte tap out to the bank statement. Alright guys, we move on to the first of three title matches we had on the card last night. The first one, was for the United States Championship, as Rusev, alongside his fiancée, the Ravishing Russian Lana, defended the United States Championship against Zack Ryder. Now, Zack Ryder held his own. I will give him credit. Zack Ryder held his own against Rusev. But in the end, Zack Ryder tapped out to the Accolade, and yet Rusev still attacked Zack Ryder until Mojo Rawley from NXT, was from NXT, came to Zack Ryder's aid, and Rusev left the ring. From there, we move on to the first of two 6-man tag team matches we had. This first one was a battle between positivity and, in their words, negativity, as the WWE Tag Team Champions, the New Day, squared off against the Wyatt family. Now, last night was the last time that we were ever going to see the Wyatts as a faction. So now all three members of the Wyatt family have gone their separate ways. Now they're focusing on singles careers. For weeks now, Xavier Woods was always mesmerized by Bray Wyatt and his words on how the machine always wins, and how everything became bad or whatever. So the Wyatt family invited the New Day to their compound, if you will, and Yes, the New Day did hold their own. They did. They held their own at the compound, and they held their own at BattleGround last night. But in the end, Bray Wyatt hit Sister Abigail on Xavier Woods, and they got the pinfall victory. Alright guys, from there we move on to a rivalry that was that was over a decade in the making, as Sami Zayn squared off against Kevin Owens. Honestly, I gotta give him props. That was one hell of a match last night. I applaud them. Everybody was on their feet, chanting so many different chants like, "This is awesome," fight Owens fight, "Let's go Owens," "Let's go Sami Zayn," and of course the usual Olay chants. It was amazing. I loved it. As Byron Saxton mentioned, the match could have went either way, but after two haluva kicks and a couple of exploder suplexes, Sami Zayn finally did defeat Kevin Owens. Do I believe that they could be a tag team one day? Yeah, I do. I do believe it, but it's not. It's possible, but not likely. Again, I gotta give him props. That was an amazing performance. I would definitely put that match as the Slammy Award nominee for Match of the Year. Alright guys, from there we move on to the second women's division match, as the Irish Lass Kicker Becky Lynch squared off against the Queen of Hearts, Natalya. It was pretty much all Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch dominated most of the match. In the end, she ended up tapping out to the sharpshooter. A lot of people have asked me, in my own professional opinion as a fan, what is Becky's problem? Honestly, I have nothing against Becky Lynch. All right, I'm a huge Becky Lynch fan, no doubt. But I think what her problem is that she relies on her friends to bail her out, and I think that with her being drafted to SmackDown, I think it'll give her. I think she can win a lot of singles matches, and I think that she can one day become women's champion. That's what I believe anyway. Alright, from there we move on to our second title match, as The Miz defended the Intercontinental Championship against Darren Young. It was, honestly, Darren Young had the match of his career, no doubt. In the end, at the closing moments of the match, Maurice slapped Bob Backlund. Bob Backlund ended up ripping his shirt off. But then Miz pushed Bob Backlund to the floor, and Darren Young applied the crossface chicken wing on the Miz on the outside, and it ended in a double countout. So therefore, still the Intercontinental Champion, The Miz. Alright guys, we now move on to our second six-man tag match that we had on the card last night, as The Club, AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson squared off against John Cena, Enzo Amore, and Big Cass. You know what? Honestly, I am one to admit what Enzo Amore said last night before the match started. You know what? That was impressive. I think that should be a Slammy nominee for the return of Pipe Bomb of the Year. He's like a modern day CM Punk. Props to Enzo for what he said. And by the way, just to let you guys know, Enzo Amore called AJ Styles a soccer mom, and unfortunately, hashtag soccer mom still trending worldwide, might I add. The match was pretty much back and forth. Everybody kept on chanting, "Let's go Cena, AJ Styles, let's go Cena, AJ Styles," and then of course the usual "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks" chants. In the end, John Cena hit the Attitude Adjustment on AJ Styles from the top rope, and therefore John Cena, Enzo, and Cass gains the pinfall victory. And now all 6 of these men have gone their separate ways. Styles and Cena are on Raw. Gallows and Anderson and Enzo and Cass are on. Cena and Styles are on SmackDown Live. Sorry, and then Enzo and Cass and Anderson and Gallows are on Raw. Alright guys, we move on to our main event, which was for the WWE Championship, as Dean Ambrose defended against both Seth Rollins and the return of Roman Reigns. Now, for Raw they had a 66% chance of bringing home the WWE Championship, either Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns. SmackDown Live had a 33% chance. The match was amazing, just like the Sami Zayn Kevin Owens match. I gotta give him props. That was an amazing performance. But you know what? The match was literally all over the place, inside the ring, outside the ring. At the timekeepers area, on the announce table, it was all over the place. But here was the closing moments of the match. The match ended with Roman Reigns giving Seth Rollins a Superman punch and then giving him a spear. The moment that happened, Dean Ambrose hit Dirty Deeds on Roman Reigns, and therefore Dean Ambrose got the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. It was game over. SmackDown Live will officially have the WWE Championship. Again, that match was incredible. Alright guys, well that is it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please post, comment below, like and subscribe for more. And if you're a WWE fan, be sure to follow me on Twitter at WWE_minister for all the latest WWE news, rumors, match card updates, and more. And if you're a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, follow me on Twitter at Yu-Gi-Oh Player96 for future openings, epic pulls, binder updates, news, and more. I'll put links in the description below so you can check me out. And if you guys have not seen, and if you guys did not watch BattleGround last night, I will post a link to a website that where you guys can watch BattleGround for free. It is called WatchWrestling.tc. I'll put that link in the description below so you can check it out. And this is your boy Nick here, signing off.